Hey everybody, in this short video I am going to take you on a tour of the new School Psychology Most Wanted Links and Documents website, as well as tell you a little bit about why this will be a bit of an improvement over what we have previously done, and show you how to make it really easy to access that no matter what web browser you use or kind of what your workflow is. So first off, a bit of history about ways that we've stored all of our resources before. When I first joined the staff, we had a shared drive in a network folder, which you got to by accessing the File Explorer. You could only access it from the school's network, and as a new hire, I will say that it was a little bit, took some orientation to figure out where everything was located in those folders, and it was sometimes difficult to kind of access those. More recently, we have had this glorious page, which is our Most Wanted Links and Documents document in Google Drive. So this is just a Google Doc with a bunch of links to things pasted in. It's definitely an improvement over the shared drive because everything is sort of organized into topics. But this even still has some limitations too. For example, really you can only put links in, so there's kind of not that much content that you can put in here, and it's kind of difficult when there are new things. It's got to be just this one page, so if a new resource got added, we would have to kind of reformat everything to make sure that everything stayed in the same spot. So while this is a market improvement, it maybe is also something that could be improved. So the lead psychologists, noticing these limitations, have created for us a brand new Most Wanted Links and Documents website. They had shared with me some of their rationale behind doing this. What they were hoping is that this would be a single location for all the communication and resources that you need. So rather than having to go out to a bunch of different places, you could access basically everything that you needed on a day-to-day basis right here in one spot, which would be super great. Now, our staff is pretty diverse. We run the gamut between like veteran practitioners and also new hires, and everyone's needs are kind of a little bit different. So they wanted to make sure that there was one place that would be really easy to orient to. So whether you've been doing this for a long time or whether this is your first day on the job, that you would be able to find what you needed and what you were looking for. We also have a pretty diverse range of needs throughout like the week or the day, day to day, or even just in the same day. You might need lots of different resources from lots of different places. So the organization of this is hopefully going to help us access any kind of tools that we might need. Another benefit to this is that we can showcase lots of different kinds of content, not just links to other documents. So we can do things like add videos on here or write up posts or even have like original content served right here. So that would actually be a little bit better and more versatile. It'll also be really easy to update as new things become available. We won't have to worry about reformatting everything. So that'll be super nice. Gives us a lot of room to grow and expand. So having heard kind of what the why is behind it, I would love to take you guys on a brief tour. There are kind of three main parts to the website. There is this top navigation strip up here, and then there's this kind of content area down here, and at the very bottom there's a footer. We will kind of cover everything all together. So at the top, this navigation bar will take you to all the different places on the website. On the home page, the content in the content area is kind of just a rehash of what's up here. So we've got the news and notes area up here. It's reflected down here. You can access all the stuff on the website right here from the home page. So there are kind of the main categories. We have news and notes, which you'll be able to access when you click there. The news and notes documents from way back. So if we actually navigate to it, we will see that we can go back to the 1920 school year and we can see all the different news and notes links right there. So that will be super helpful. Let's pop back over to the homepage. The next area is the psychology department resources. You can also access that up here. And even though this content area changes, like when we were on the news and notes page, we couldn't get any of that stuff anymore, but it's still all up here. So if we want to get to the psych department spot, we can just click up here and have a look. So this area, the psych department resources, is going to have everything that you need kind of to be a good employee of the school psych department, right? So it'll have information about what your school assignment is, what do I do at the beginning of year or end of year, what's my employee calendar, all this new stuff about the COVID-19 school closures and plans for reopening are right here. Forms and documents, so things like a leave request form or a mileage form, all that stuff that you used to kind of have to go, where was that? And then search around in Google Drive to find it. It'll all be right here. There's stuff from HR here, so things about like the employee handbook and everything like that can be accessed there. Stuff about our technology, so all the good stuff on how to use your voicemail, for example. So a lot of that stuff that you just kind of search in the box in Google Drive and hope that you can find it will all be collected right here, which will be super great. So everything kind of related to the nuts and bolts of how to be an employee of Wake County will be all right here under the psych department area. The next area is CAS resources. This is related to being a member of the Counseling and Student Services team, and it covers things like equity, crisis supports, so all the stuff that you need if there's a crisis situation at your school, and then also stuff about being part of the Counseling and Student Services PLT. So all of those resources are linked here as well. The next area over here is special education, and this will include all of the things that you need related to special education. So if you're doing an assessment, there's resources for that, access to requesting an ADHD evaluation, documentation about how to take care of ECATS things, which that includes like a bunch of the forms like the social developmental history, everything like that. A copy of the handbook with the regulations, required evaluations by area, just a whole bunch of tools here. And this is the first time I've scrolled down. Every single page has some kind of great pictures that have been collected of all of us doing our jobs, which is like something that makes me happy to be able to see everyone's faces down here at the bottom. That's just like kind of makes you smile when you're maybe frustrated looking for resources and stuff. So yeah, everything special education is located right here. We also have a whole section for specialty teams and support PLTs. So the autism team, low incidence team, mental health, mentor, Spanish bilingual evaluation PLTs all have their resources available. Right here at the top too is the intake form where you can request supports from those teams if you need it. So that's kind of the general way that content is organized here. And of course on the homepage there's like lots of different ways to get to things. So if you're looking for, let's say I'm looking to request protocols, right? I figure that would probably be a special education resource. It would probably be here under assessment resources. And look, there it is, protocol request form. Isn't that great? So I could get to it that way. I could also get to it by just clicking where it says assessment resources. Here I am. So lots of roads that will get you home on this website. I want to highlight a couple of features that I think are really super neat. The first one is this little magnifying glass, which will open up a search bar. Now this I think is super great because a lot of times when I'm coming here, I'm on a mission, I know exactly what I need, and I don't necessarily want to click through a bunch of links. So what I can do here is if I was looking for protocols, I can just type in protocols and hit enter, and under forms and documents, oh, look at that, it says protocol request form. I can click right there, and there we go, right? I got there in 2 clicks because I was going that way. Let's try another one. Let's say that I'm here looking for suicide screening stuff. I'm just going to type suicide in here, and it's under crisis support, so I can just click right there, and bam, 2 clicks later, and about less than 5 seconds later, I'm right here where I need to be. So that's super excellent. Another feature that will be very cool and useful is sometimes links break, and that's just how the internet works, right? So down here at the footer of every single one of these pages, there's a link that says click here to report any errors, non-working links, or other issues. So you can click right there. It'll take you to a form where you can say, oh, here's the issue that's going on, this link is broken, and then we can update the website so that the broken links don't stay there and don't be problems for too long. And that'll help us make sure that this is perpetually helpful. So now that you've seen the tour of this, I know what you're thinking. Well, how am I going to remember how to get there, right? So a couple different ways that you can make this site easier to access. Main thing that we're probably going to want to do is copy the web address right there. I'm using Google Chrome. There's a similar process for doing this for lots of other web browsers, but what I can do over here is I can bookmark this. So I can go down here where it says bookmarks, and I can say bookmark this tab and call it School Psychology Homepage. There we go. I've done it. That little star will also fill in. The other thing that you can do is you can just click the star and it'll bookmark it as well. Firefox and Edge all have similar sorts of things that you can do. So just bookmark it and then it'll kind of live in your bookmarks bar. Another thing that you can do is you can make it your home page when you open the web browser for the first time. Chrome and a lot of other modern browsers let you have more than one home page. So let's say that I decided that I wanted my home pages to be the school psych website and then also my rapid identity website. So I'm going to close out of these other tabs, right? So now I've just got these two, which are what I'm hoping will be my new homepage tabs. What I can do is I can click over here. I can go down into my settings, and then I can click in the search bar, and I can just show homepage. Nope, that did not work. See? Everybody makes mistakes. I'm just going to scroll down until I find it. On startup, that's what I wanted. So on startup, open a specific page or set of pages. You can have it open a new tab page, continue where you left off. I like to have it open like a reliable web page every time I open it up. So what I can do is I can click where it says use current pages. There we go. Now it's going to take me to Rapid Identity, my home, and then I've also got my email open in another window. But you know what? Having my email as one of my home pages, probably not a problem either. So yeah, you can click right there, have it use your current pages, or you can just click right here where it says add a new page, and you can just paste in that website, and now when I open my web browser, it'll open 2 copies of the school psych page. I probably don't need that, so I'll go through and remove that, and I could even remove my mail if I wanted it to be like that. So that is kind of how you would make this super easily accessible to you. I'm sure there will also be links to it in other places, but yeah, that is the website. I am looking forward to it. I hope it will continue to be as useful as the previous iterations have been.